Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. This is Connie. Today we're going to be doing a 2-page scrapbook layout using the Easter elephants from Marjorie Ann Designs. And as I'd mentioned before, when I had paper pieced one of the elephants, I'm going to be doing this in an 8.5 by 11 scrapbook layout. This might not have been my best idea, but I'm going to show you what I've got here, and I'll be putting a good share of it together, giving you some dimensions. Excuse me, I don't know that I'll do a lot of these, probably more with, like, if I've got one paper, excuse me, if I have one piece that I want to use for one paper piece embellishment and just maybe one photo. I'm not against it, but it's, you know, what sounds good in my mind isn't always the best idea. So I have got some of this background put together just because otherwise we'll be here forever. And if you notice, I'm flipping the pieces. I had them so like this plaid and plaid were both on the bottom, and this wording was way on the, or both on the top. It was way too busy. I had to break it up. Even with this border strips, it was too much. So yeah, I just switched it out. So again, I started with my base piece of 8.5 by 11, and then my next piece, it's I call it a lemon yellow. That is cut. It's going to be 8.25 by 11.25. So 8.25 by 11.25, because there's going to be that small border. These two pieces were originally 8.5 by 11. I just cut them in half, and then I cut them down to 8 by, would be 11. And then they're still cut in half though. And then this little stripe piece is 3/4 of an inch, I believe. I have to double check. 3/4 of an inch by, this I went all the way to the black edges, so it's 8.5. This green plaid piece is 1.25 high, 8.5 inches long. The white border underneath, or the white piece underneath, is 1.5 inches high by 8.5 inches long. And then there are two doilies I used. These are 4-inch doilies. I just cut them in half, so I had 2 for each page. And excuse me, I might have to be drinking a lot today. I woke up with not such a great day, so it's getting better. Glad for that. So anyway, I basically just centered my yellow piece on my black, and I'm finding I like a black background for a lot of my pieces. It sets everything off really well. And then I just put the plaid and the wording part down. The first border I put at 3.5 inches down from the black piece, the top of the black piece. And then this white piece, it's just smashed up against it, and then these go underneath this white piece. And so on this layout, I've got my little pieces. I popped up just the middle of this. Not sure why, but that's how I'm leaving it. All of my pieces have a head of 1.5 inches wide, then Cricut Design Space figured or calculated the rest. I'm bad at moving things around on my mat, so I couldn't give you the final, I couldn't get it back to where it is originally to give you, the square grouped piece sizes. So I can only give you the width, and then you'll have to calculate it from there. And then my photo mats are, the yellow is 4 by 4, and the black is 4 1/8 by 4 1/8 for these two. The other page will be different. And I think, I'm going to say I think I have, of course not, this piece. I thought I had it handy, but I put some paper away, and of course I won't be able to find it. Oh, shoot. I want to show you the back side of it, and I'm not sure where it is. And I know they're all put down, but I don't know if you can see the darker yellow in here. That's on the flip side. This is some Doodlebug Designs paper, and I was going to use that because then it's flowered, and it's got more of a orangey yellow background with darker flowers. I was going to use that on here first, and I decided against it because the paper itself is very busy, and with all the pieces, and they've got so much color, I wanted to tone things down a little bit. You never really see the background paper, or just so little of it, so I just decided, just for filming purposes and stuff, white didn't quite do it. That was really shocking. I just needed something a little more subdued, I guess I'll say. So that's my reasoning in picking out the colors, okay? So just give you that idea. I'm going to go ahead and put these pieces down, including the photo mats. Got a mess on my glue again. I'm going to put my photo mats down first, just easier. I don't know what made me, I had my reasons for thinking 8.5 by 11. Don't get me wrong, but this tape, I don't know. Off-brand of tape, and it's not the best. Anyway, I had my reasons, and I thought it would work great. And although I like it, I don't know, I'm still really liking the 8.5 by 11. And you could easily switch this to an 8.5 by 11 page. Don't get me wrong there. I'm trying to get some glue on here. If you're wondering why I use glue and tape, it's because it helps it stick better. I don't have the best luck with tape sticking by itself, so and I just saw today, it's Tuesday the 20, I think 1st, I think that's the right date. I just saw that Marjorie Ann Designs came out with a new design, Belinda and Benny four-wheeling. That is an adorable piece. I think I'm going to have to put, I want to make sure I don't get this over the edge, but yet I want it not on the picture frame either. Anyway, there is a sale, a 50% off sale through, I'm going to ask you to double check the website, but I'm pretty sure it was the 28th of March. Trying to figure out how I want this. I'll just leave this little bit, this side off. So it's 50% off, which is a great sale. If you think about it, you get a lot of pieces for the little bit of money you spend. So I thought it was a great bargain. So I will have to go shopping again. Isn't that terrible? I need some more files to work on. Good grief. Yeah. Make sure I don't glue the wrong edge over here. So anyway, if you get the chance, pop on over and check out the files that are on sale. Grab some. I just think these elephants are so adorable. I just love them. Now it's crooked as all get out. I can hear you guys laughing. I'm not good at keeping things straight. I'll be the first to admit that one. Anyway, I was going to, well, I've started cutting the pieces out for, oh, I don't remember what the name of it is. Autumn Days? I don't remember. It's got the windmill and the scarecrow and a couple kids and potting shed. I know that much. And then I changed my mind and I decided, no, I'm going to work on the, it's Sunflower Farm -cows. I have a great nephew that is our little farmer, and all he wanted for Christmas was cows and more cows. So I don't know if I'm just going to do a canvas for it or if I'm going to do a layout. I got it imported into Design Space. I just haven't had a chance to play with it, so I'll be doing that, working on that soon. I've got several irons in the fire I've got to finish up. I'm not good at finishing one before I start another. Typical crafter, right? Okay. I'm gonna come back and just took a little bit of glue off this corner here. So and yes, I love my glitter, liquid pearls, my Nuvo drops. As you can tell, my little flower centers have got liquid pearls, so they're a necessary part of life. I'm going to set this off for a little bit and we'll do the other side, and I'll take most of my pieces here. This one I haven't done anything, so you see how I did this. Okay, this is going to about drive me nuts. See if I can do it with it. Okay, sorry, and I'm not gonna edit the video, so I'll just, if it does it again, I'll just quit and I'll use my liquid glue. I got some other generic tape from another company. I had no problem. Got this tape and it's been a nightmare, so yeah, it's already starting again. I won't be, I'll go back to the other company. Fight with this. I'm glad I didn't get a lot. I've taken it out 2 or 3 times. The other one, after about the 5th time, I think it finally quit and it worked fine, but in the meantime, I got really frustrated. I'm just eyeballing this today. I did on my other one and it worked okay. Just gonna go with it. Okay, this has got to go on the bottom on this one. If you haven't noticed, I go in spurts on what I like to create and work with. I'm not sure. I'll scrapbook for a while. I'm working on some cards, but then I don't know what I'll work on. Probably some, oh, I forget, and I'm sorry, I forget her name. I get the two mixed up. I don't know if it was Wendy or Diane from the Little Scraps of Heaven Designs design team. They had made a little calendar with the calendar bears from Little Scraps of Heaven Designs, and I asked if I could follow kind of scrap lift that, I would use the Marjorie Ann Designs spears. And for the life of me, I guess I just have to resize it in Design Space and Sequence, but I'm not sure if I want to create an actual little scrapbook or make it reusable. I can't quite make up my mind, so needless to say, I'm still playing around with that. If I understood correctly, she used a little, like the dollar store photo albums. That was an awesome idea. I liked that, but I'll have to think about it and see, like I said, size-wise, how it works for me. Okay, I'm gonna bring these in. Easier to do it this way. I've had this layout changed so many times of what I'm doing with it. I'm just gonna go with this, be done. I have moved pieces around. I mean, it's been, I think it's just time, make up your mind and do it. One of those things. It's just a hair off on the other side. I have to trim it. Pretty sure. Yeah. And when I say a hair, I mean literally just pretty much a hair. The paper, I forget to tell you, is, I'll get it in a moment. I think it's Paper Studio, I'm not sure. It's a large 8.5 by 11 pack of holiday, I think it's Seasons 2, maybe. It was gifted to me from Cherie from Paper Pieces and Leftovers, and thank you very much, Cherie. Get this straight. Let me see if I got that right handy. It's 4 Seasons 2, and it's the Paper Studio. And I'm sorry, I don't know, I think that's Happy Lobby, if I remember correctly. It's been so long, I'm not sure. Okay, so my title, I cut the letters out, and then I used my fine line glue chip pen and glued it on. Put the glue on the letters, and the glue is from Martha Stewart. And then I did put a layer of glossy accents over the top because I have a problem with glitter sticking. Don't know why, it just doesn't like to stick very well. Oh shoot, I forgot to put my, what do you call it, my doilies. These can just stick underneath though. That's what happens when I talk and work. Probably why it would be not a good idea for me to go to crops, because I wouldn't get anything done. I know this. I like to draw. I don't know what it is about me and doilies. I haven't used them for a while. And I love to use doilies, I don't know. Just because my grandma crocheted them when I was young, and so we always had doilies. If they're not quite exactly even at the bottom, I'm okay with that. And this is going to get glued down with the photo frame, but not on the edges here, so. See, I've told you before, I can always fix my mistakes, and I always find a way. I don't really call them mistakes. It's just, oops, I forgot and got to go back and fix things. So I've had to tear whole pages apart. What can I say? Bad memory. Okay, I want to, let's see. Yeah, I had this one going up here. Now I changed my mind. And I want it up pretty much toward the top. And then I'm going to put my frame in. This is yellow is 4 by 6, and then it's 4 1/8 by 6 1/8. And I'm going to bring in my T ruler. Let's see, the right way. And I work from the bottom so I know it's about where I want it, because it's, with everything going on, it's gonna go, you know, basically right up to the border. So okay, come down just a hair. I don't have any photos printed yet. I might use this for this year's photos. Probably should have put some snowbanks in there somewhere. It's not funny anymore, but it is. But we'll just figure out that's what the doilies are for, right? Okay. Stay where I put you. And because of the glitter glue, or the, art glitter glue, and the glossy accents, this wanted to warp, and that's why I'm not a big fan of using art glitter glue, because that's the one I use. That's what I have in the small, or no, fine tip bottle. I'm not a fan of using it for too much other than paper piecing. I love it for that, but I don't use it for other things because it does warp. And we'll use the top of this border. That's what I'm going to use for the guide here. But yeah, it does warp, and I have a struggle. It's not heavy enough. And I don't use that much. It's just, it's the way it is for me. I'll probably put some weight on it after a while. Okay, now I have, again, changed everything around. So I'm going to put this up a little bit. Let's see if I can get a little better light. I'm sorry. I have all these flowers that I cut. I showed you some of them. Got one more stuck behind here. And so the purple flower is about 1.25 inches wide. These are about, orange ones are about 1 3/4. The white one, about 1 3/4. And then these are going to be about 1 1/4. And then I let the Design Space figure out the sizing for the rest of it. I popped these 3 up, and we'll go with this. I already have one open. What am I dreaming about? I used my colored pencils to add some color. And I'm going to put this one down in the corner. Added Nouveau drops or pops of color probably to that one. And then the rest, the centers have glitter, either glitter or Nouveau drops. And I have to think about where we're going here. I think the longest time it takes on these videos is to put the glue on myself. So I use so much foam. But I don't want them to get mashed down in the albums either. This one, that's right. I wanted it to go so my leaves basically missed the I think we should have put that one down first. I can lift it up yet. I'm going to do this one up here because I'm going to have the two dark ones on the outside. Put the yellow one in the middle. Let's get my glue. Oh, and then the small ones, and well, all but the white ones. Let's just put it that the white one. Let's put it that way. I ran them through different embossing folders to give them some texture. Let's see if I can move this a little bit. Okay. So this is Swiss dots, that's Swiss dots, that one is, and then that one, those two I'm not sure what they are. One is a paisley, I'm pretty sure. I saw that one on my desk. I think I just used it up on the title. And the other one, no clue. So as we're getting to the end, I want to thank you for joining me. As I mentioned, I'll be going back to the 12 by 12, but I will still add in some 8.5 by 11. And, oh shoot, I did that again. Use my rag here. Let's see which one. I didn't want to put glue on the over the photo mat. Put him down here. I also want to start on a some kind of embellishment book for what do you call it? Halloween. Similar to my Christmas one. So all kinds of ideas. A lot of it depends upon, you know, my health and how that holds out, and so far it's I'm managing, but not the greatest. Okay, I was looking at how much glue I put down. We'll be okay. And I'm going to put him on. I'm going to make sure that his ears, you know, his bunny ears aren't out, or hers, whatever. And I'll get the other piece in a moment. And thank you for joining me. I tend to forget to say that, and I apologize. Okay, so this is my finished 8.5 by 11 2-page layout for Easter. And if you have any questions, please leave a comment. I'll get back to you. Otherwise, have an awesome day. Thanks for watching. Take care.